farther, but they wanted to be over there. So
Who?
P-Bird.
P-Bird staying on that map?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be on the P-Bird.
So,
Yeah.
so you better you better slide over
Cody
here.
said.
Oh, you should be all right.
That's map 1 over there?
Yes.
How's the
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium, here as the Stateliners host the District 10 Wrestling Tournament. As you can tell, you don't hear the familiar voice of a legendary commentator, Mike Moore, today. I'm filling in, which are impossible shoes to fill, but we're going to try our best. As a consolation prize, I was able to secure a former Phillipsburg both wrestling and football standout, and also the former head coach of Warren Hills, Jared Hosbach.
Thanks, Jeff. I think it's just a welcoming sight to actually have a district tournament this year.
You're not kidding. These kids have been through a heck of a year. We're happy to be here. What we're going to do today is we're going to focus on, obviously, the Phillipsburg wrestlers. We have two cameras. We'll do our best to update you on the other bouts. First up, 106, we have Dawson McWilliams, Phillipsburg versus Aiden Sharinka from Hackettstown. They'll be wrestling on mat 1. On mat 2, we have Sebastian Crystal from Glen Ridge and Jarrett Van Allen of Columbia. This is a semifinal round. McWilliams is a sophomore for the Stateliners, comes into the semifinals at 13-9, and Sharinka from Hackettstown, who's the top seed, comes in at 21-5. Sharinka's a sophomore.
On mat 2, we have sophomore from Glen Ridge, Sebastian Crystal, versus freshman from Columbia, Jared Van Allen.
We'll predominantly try to focus our main camera on the Phillipsburg bout. All right, we're going to get underway here. McWilliams will be red. Still scoreless, 1 minute 36 seconds remaining in the first period. Sharinka will get the takedown. It'll be 2-0 Sharinka. 1 minute 15 seconds remaining in the first period.
Still no score on mat 2. Sharinka's looking for some back points. No count on that. They're off. 12 seconds remaining. Sharinka 2-0. At the end of 1, Crystal has opened up a 4-0 lead.
Right at the buzzer there, Sharinka got 2 back points. He'll lead 4-0 going into the second period over McWilliams. District 10 consists of Belvedere, Hackettstown, Columbia, Glen Ridge, Hanover Park, Rutherford, Verona, Whippany Park, and the host, Phillipsburg.
with the ever-changing district alignment, it seems like we got to pull out a map to find some of these schools.
Yeah, you know, kind of got away from the old traditions, the old districts, which were primarily based on locale. Sharinga gets another takedown down there. He is getting some more back points. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Yeah, you lose some of that, the old traditions. For years and years and years, Phillipsburg was in District 1 with all the local schools, Warren Hills included. And now, you know, we have schools traveling from all over the state to compete. So I know that there's reasons for it. I prefer the old districts and regions for that matter. 9-0, Sharinga's up in the second period, 1 minute remaining over McWilliams of Phillipsburg.
Definitely some tough travel for most of these schools to get all the way to Phillipsburg.
Yeah, it really is. But we're here, and thankfully Phillipsburg has one of, if not the best, gym in the state. So
well, there is no question.
And they certainly know how to run a tournament.
And gentlemen, just a reminder, we have the hot food ready to go for everybody. All different kind of good stuff.
McWilliams can't seem to get out here from Sharinga's a tough rider. Got those legs in, continuing to try to turn McWilliams. McWilliams was almost out there. Sharinga retains control. 5 seconds remaining in the second.
Headed to the third period, Sebastian Crystal holding a 5-0 lead.
As we go into the third period, Sharinga leads McWilliams 9-0. Sharinga will be on bottom. Turns in. Sharinga will get the escape. 10-0 Sharinga. Sharinga looking for a headlock, but he does get the takedown. It'll now be 12-0 Sharinga of Hackettstown. Sharinga continuing to ride with those legs, looking for that turn. So he's going to lose it. McWilliams may come out of this. McWilliams has a reversal, and it looks like a cradle. Going to make it 12-2, Sharinga. Looks like he lost the cradle there. One minute remaining in the third. 12-2 Sharinga of Hackettstown.
On mat 2, Sebastian Crystal was a winner by fall. 4 minutes, 59 seconds.
They're stalling on the bottom against Sharinga. We apologize. It's very hard to get an unobstructed camera view here.
Guys.
Looks like Sharinga will be neutral. No, he's still indicating McWilliams is in control. 14 seconds remaining. Another stall. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, another stall call and then a reversal at the end by Sharinga. That'll make the final 14-3. Sharinga of Hackettstown. He will meet Crystal in the final.
You know, the good thing about this year, Jeff, is, you know, the guys who are not successful in the semifinals come back and take third and earn their way to regions.
Yes, and that's always an exciting match. Winner of the consolations moves on. The loser this season is over. All right, we're up at 113 here. On mat 1, we'll have Miguel Lopez from Phillipsburg. He's a senior, 18-3 this year. His opponent will be Santino Denise from Hanover Park, who's a freshman, 28-4. and also the top seed.
On mat 2, we have Sal Palmisano from Whippany Park, a freshman, versus Patrick Horvath, a senior from Belvedere.
You know, Jerry, you look at some of these records here. You know, we have Lopez coming in 18 and 13. His opponent's 18 and 4. But I think what you're missing when you just look at the numbers is the strength of Phillipsburg's schedule.
Well, the numbers can be deceiving. Not many teams in the whole country wrestle a schedule as competitive as Phillipsburg's.
Right. They're in the best tournaments, and they also seek out certainly the best dual meets. So we're underway here at the 113-pound semifinals. Lopez will be in red. Lopez close to a takedown. Denise is holding on to that whizzer. The wrestlers will go off, no control.
Patrick Horvath from Belvedere has opened up a quick 5-0 lead on mat 2. .45 seconds remaining in the first. Still scoreless on mat 1 for Lopez and Denise. Horvath with a 12-1 lead at the end of 1.
Looks like Lopez got poked in the eye there. Looks like he's okay. 23 seconds remaining in the first. Denise in on the legs of Lopez. And he does get the takedown with 5 seconds remaining. That'll make it 2-0 Denise over Lopez of Phillipsburg. Denise's choice, he will defer or he will go down. He will go down.
On mat 2, Patrick Horvath from Belvedere is a winner, 17-1, technical fall.
Lopez is working hard on that right arm of Denise. He's riding tough with 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining in the second.
Lopez is keeping good pressure on top.
Yeah, again, Lopez's record's deceiving. He's been tough all year for the Liners. Denise in on Lopez's legs. Lopez still in control. 18 seconds remaining in the second. Now, if I was in the crowd, Jared, I'd be yelling stalemate here, even though I don't believe it is. Oh, and Lopez holds on. Good effort by Miguel Lopez there. After two, it's 2-0 in favor of the Hanover Park wrestler, Denise.
Lopez did a nice job there not panicking that situation.
He really did. Lopez will choose neutral to start the third period.
And gentlemen, we will wait until each weight class is completed to start the next weight class.
We're holding the weights here in Phillipsburg, so which is good. So we will not proceed to the next weight until the preceding weight is finished. And again, we apologize for some obstructions to our camera. We're doing our best here with our world-class cameraman, Cole Hosbach. Lopez is staying aggressive here. He's in on a single. There's a stall warning now against Denise by referee Frank Leitner.
As you said earlier, Jeff, the records are definitely deceiving. You know, Lopez is battle tested. He's very comfortable in these close matches.
Denise is in deep there and gets a takedown. He'll go up 4-0 on Lopez. 1 minute remaining in the bout. Denise is working a tilt. He is getting some back points here. That'll be 3 back points awarded to Denise. It'll be 7-0. 20 seconds remaining in the bout. It's eerily quiet in this gym, Jared. Usually it's a little bit rowdy here, but we're a little quiet during this round. And Denise will win that by decision, 7-0.
That was a much closer bout than the score indicates.
Agreed.
7-0 score.
Agreed.
Usually it just takes one spark to get the crowd into it, and maybe we'll see that happening soon.
All right, we're going to 120 here. The Phillipsburg bat will be freshman Gavin Hawk, who's 29-6. He'll go up against the second seed from Whippany Park, senior Todd Walsh, who's 24-4.
On mat 2, it's Nicholas Bilella from Hackettstown, a sophomore, 10-7, versus freshman from Hanover Park, Joey Borello, 21-7. And a quick takedown for Bilella.
Won by decision, score 7-0.
All right, Hawk will be in green this bout. Walsh, red. Okay, when you talk about tough freshmen, Peaburg's got two special freshmen coming up. Gavin Hawk here and Luke Galetta a bit later. But Gavin has really stormed onto the scene here. He's been put in a lot of high-pressure situations. He's beat state-ranked kids, placed in many of the country's best tournaments. I just can't say enough about the kid. Great family, Peaburg kid through and through. He's in on a deep single here. And he'll convert that for a takedown. He's looking for a cradle. He has a cradle locked up. Trying to turn Walsh with that cradle. He's heading aside. Got to be careful here. Loses the cradle. Walsh will get a reversal. I don't believe there'll be any back points on that. 2-2, 35 seconds remaining. Hawk will get an escape. That'll make it 3-2 Hawk. 30 seconds remaining in the first.
At the end of the first period, Bilella with a 5-0 lead.
Hawk again in on that single. Walsh keeping that whizzer there. They're off with 4 seconds remaining. Hawk remains, score remains 3-2. That'll bring you the end to the first period. Walsh defers. Hawk takes bottom. Hawks coming off very impressive win at the, down at the groups over a state-ranked wrestler from Hal. Hawk will get an escape. He'll go ahead 4-2. Minute 40 remaining in the second period. Hawks again in on that single. Sweeps the leg, and Hawk will get a takedown looking for that cradle again. 6-2 Hawk. He's got the cradle. He's trying to turn him. Hawk's got Walsh on his back. He's got a 5 count. And a fall. Gavin Hawk, winner by fall over Todd Walsh. Gavin will be in the district finals as a freshman.
And he will face sophomore Nick Bilella from Hackettstown, who's a winner by fall, 3 minutes, 55 seconds.
So Gavin Hawk will be facing the top seed in Bilella from Hackettstown, who's a sophomore. All right, we're going to move on to 126. Again, we're going to stay with the Phillipsburg wrestler in our primary screen. It'll be the top seed, James Day of Phillipsburg. He's a senior, 30-2. He'll face Charlie Fidal from Verona. Fidal is a sophomore, 13-13.
And on mat 2, freshman from Hanover Park, Joey Tintawa versus senior Vincent Keeler from Rutherford.
138, Zach Herminko, Rutherford, Joey Inamorado, Phillipsburg, in the hole, mat 1. In the hole on mat 2 at 138.
Day's in with a quick takedown. He's looking for that cradle. He's got a cradle. He's got Fajal on his back. We get a 5 count here at least. It's close to end the fall. Day with a first period fall. 27 seconds for James Day.
2 nice cradles in a row from Phillipsburg wrestlers.
120, Nick Malella, Hackettstown, won by a fall in 3 minutes 55 seconds.
Day's had a heck of a year as a senior. 30-2.
27 seconds.
Come up very clutch for the Stateliners all year.
And he'll face the second seed from Rutherford, Vincent Keeler, who's winner by fall in 1 minute and 2 seconds.
2 quick pins there, Jared.
You see your higher seeds, your 1 and 2 seeds taking charge at that weight.
Yeah, with 2 first period falls there. We're going to move on to 132.
In the hole, mat 1 at 144.
We have Luke Galetta from Phillipsburg, a freshman, the second seed, 23-7. He'll face Matthew Feiner from Hackettstown, who's a senior, 14-8.
And on mat 2 is a top seed, a senior from Verona, Derek Bernardino, versus sophomore David Kelly from Glen Ridge.
You know, Galetta's another one of the super freshmen from Phillipsburg. Really tough kid, really exciting to watch. For a freshman, he's already in on a single. For a freshman, he's got that upperclassman poise, aggressive, very exciting to watch. He's never out of a match. He'll be in the red here.
And he's obviously spent some time in the weight room.
Sure has. He already flipped, quick takedown. He's already, looks like he's going to pick up 2 back points there. He will. It'll be 4-0 Galetta. You know, it's surprising. Galetta's father's very mild-mannered and meek, but his son's a ball of fire here. Must skip a generation. I know the grandfather's quite a tough guy. Galetta up 4-0, 1 minute 9 seconds remaining in the first.
Stoppage for blood time over on mat 2.
Yeah, Galetta never stops working. He's always going to be looking for that fall. Galetta with that hazard tilt, he gets a 1 count.
On mat 2, winner by fall, Derek Bernardino, Verona.
Galetta getting some back points here. Looks like he's going to get a 5 count. And he will. He'll get 3 back points. Luke Galetta leads 7-0 going into the second period. Be Galetta's choice. Galetta will defer. Feiner will take a neutral.
Probably a pretty good decision there to go back on their feet for Feiner.
Seems that way after the first.
No, mat 2 at 150. Michael Famey.
Feiner tries to throw. Galetta immediately puts him on his back. He's in trouble. And a fall for Luke Galetta. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Freshman Luke Galetta will be in the finals.
In the hole, mat 150.
He'll take on senior Derek Bernardino from Verona.
They'll have the 1 and 2 seeds in at 32. We're going to move on to 38 here. Again, for Phillipsburg, we have senior Joe Innamorato. He's 26-6. He'll face Herminko from Rutherford. I'm sorry, Herminko's from, yes, Rutherford. He's a junior, 23-5.
Over on mat 2, Derek Ming Monkel, a junior from Columbia, against Massimo Mancini from Hanover Park, a junior.
No score, 1 minute remaining in the first period. Wrestler's still neutral. They'll go back to the center. No score. Murata trying to get behind Terminko.
Over on mat 2, Mancini is a winner by fall, 1 minute, 13 seconds.
Still no control on mat 1, Joey Murata. Although it looks like he has a takedown now and some back points. Frank Leitner counting him out. He's going to get a 5 count here.
Murata converted that into a mousetrap situation.
That's where you're shining today, Jared, your technical expertise in all your years of wrestling.
I spent a few years around this sport.
Sure did. How many years were you the head coach of Warren Hills?
13 years.
Wow. Murata leads 5-0 with those back points. He defers. Finer will take neutral. See a lot of wrestlers today taking neutral against the Phillipsburg wrestlers. They want to be on the mat.
Well, the Phillipsburg wrestlers at the last few weights have done a great job on top. Not just riding, but working a turn the entire time.
Ed Jazinski, Hanover Park, Ryder Smith.
Wrestlers go off the mat there. Finer ended up in the table, which is close to the mat. There's a stall against Finer as Inamorado shoots. Sorry, I think we're at Herminko here. Showing my novice ability here. This is Herminko from Rutherford. Inamorado gets another takedown. He'll go up 7-0.
Inamorado elevating leg Turk, getting more back points.
I think he's got Herminka in some trouble here, Jared. And the fall. Joey Inamorado by fall. He'll go to the finals. Face Mancini from Hanover Park. 1 and 2 seeds again.
That's 4 straight falls for Phillipsburg in the semifinals here.
All right, going to move on to 144. Looks like we have another Herninko from Rutherford. He's the top seed, a senior, 25-6 from Rutherford. He'll face Phillipsburg's Liam Packer. Liam's a sophomore, 11-8.
Over on mat 2, we have Jake Ferry, a sophomore from Verona, versus Jonathan Earhart, a sophomore from Whippany Park. And Earhart with the quick takedown.
Packer's in on a single. Herninko's holding on to Packer's right leg. Trying to avoid a stalemate here. And Packer will convert that for a takedown. It's 2-0 Packer. 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining in the first. The escape for Minko, and he will convert that to a takedown. It'll be 3-2 Herninko over Packer. 49 seconds remaining in the first. Hernenko has that cross body ride, working an arm bar. "20 seconds remaining in the first. Hernenko still in control. That'll be the end of the first period. Hernenko leads 3-2 over Packer.
At the end of one on mat 2, Earhart with a 2-1 lead over Ferry.
Hernenko go down, start the second. Hernenko's in on Packer's left leg. They're off. It's 4-2 in favor of Hernenko. Hernenko looking to spin behind Packer.
Over on mat 2, Jake Ferry with a big headlock and the fall. 2 minutes, 54 seconds.
Hernenko still looking to spin behind Packer here. And he will get the takedown. That'll make it 6-2 in favor of Hernenko. Got a stall warning against Packer on bottom. Hernenko working that arm bar. No back exposure. "15 seconds remaining in the second period.
Hernenko seems to have him tied up pretty good there.
Got a potentially dangerous call. 12 seconds remaining, second period. After 2, it's Hernenko 6, Packer 2. Packer will take neutral, start the third.
Result on mat 2 at 144, Jake Ferry, Verona, won by a fall in 2 minutes, 54 seconds.
Stalemate called. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the bout. You know, Packer's another one, Jared. Just tough for Peeberg all year.
Yeah, once again, when you look at the records, it's tough to really get a good gauge of how good the Phillipsburg wrestlers are because they've seen so much good competition all year.
Agreed. Packer's in on the single. Still holding on to that right leg of Hernenko.
Packer was able to get in deep there, 2 hands on a leg, but he kind of split his power when he reached up for the head.
That's what I was going to say, Jared. Looked like a power split. Power split. Hernenko's in on the right leg of Packer. 50 seconds remaining in the third. No control here. Stalemate with 34 seconds remaining in the bout.
Packers running a little short on time here. Maybe we'll see him go for a throw or something, try to take the wrestler down to his back.
Nothing to lose at this point.
Exactly.
Looks like Kernenko's backing up a bit here, and he does get hit with the stall call. That'll be his first warning. Both wrestlers now have a warning for stalling. 14 seconds remaining in the bout. Kernenko takes a half shot there. Packers looking for a headlock. Kernenko has that left leg of Packer. He does get a takedown at the end, and looks like he'll get 2 back points here. That'll make the final score 10-2 in favor of Kernenko, who will face Ferry in the final. All right, we're going to move on to 157. Again, we have, so far we've had a Phillipsburg wrestler at every weight. I'm sorry, we're moving on to 150 with Matt D'Onofrio, the top seed. He's 19-10. He's a senior for Phillipsburg. He'll face Frank Matucci, who is a senior from Hanover Park. He's 12-15.
Over on mat 2, Michael Fahmy, a sophomore from Whippany Park, 18-12, against Sean Pulowski from Hackettstown, a junior, 18-11.
Martucci's in on D'Onofrio's left leg.
Belvedere, Lewis Paradiso, Hanover Park, in the hole, mat 2.
Referee Frank Leitner will call a stalemate. Remains scoreless with 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Yep, there it is. D'Onofrio has a nasty ankle pick. He converts that for a takedown. It's 2-0 D'Onofrio. Martucci stands. D'Onofrio returns him. They're close to the edge with 46 seconds remaining in the first. D'Onofrio with a hazard tilt at the edge of the mat. If he got a 2 count there, he did get a 2 count. That'll make it 4-0 D'Onofrio, 31 seconds remaining in the first.
At the end of 1, no score on mat 2.
Martucci sits out and gets an escape. It's 4-1 D'Onofrio. Looking for that ankle pick again, D'Onofrio. That'll be the end of the first period. 4-1 D'Onofrio. Martucci's choice, he'll defer. D'Onofrio will take neutral. D'Onofrio looking to spin behind Martucci. Martucci in on a deep double. D'Onofrio able to peel at those hands, looking to spin around Martucci. And he does for the takedown. That'll make it 6-1 in favor of D'Onofrio.
Blood time on mat 2 with Fahmy leading 1-0.
You know, Jeff, from a coaching perspective, I've seen a lot of neutral calls here. Is the strategy different now that we're in the individual postseason in terms of a dual meet?
Well, I think the big thing to remember is you want to win in advance. Whether you win by 1 point, you win by 10 points, you want to advance to the next round.
Right.
And with the choosing neutral, if you're struggling to get out from bottom or you're giving up points from bottom, then you don't want to put yourself back in that situation.
Yep. D'Onofrio with a quick throw by for a takedown.
I think these coaches know their wrestlers' individual strengths too.
So you certainly might make different decisions for an individual postseason match as opposed to having to worry about winning a duel.
Yes, absolutely.
D'Onofrio on top here. 8 seconds remaining in the second period. D'Onofrio also the star kicker on the football team. He's got a heck of a leg. Also obviously very talented wrestler. That'll be the end of 2. Martucci will choose bottom. D'Onofrio will let him up. It'll be 8-3 D'Onofrio to start the third. I guess along the same lines, you have to worry about if you're up, you have to worry about the other wrestler attempting a Hail Mary throw.
Oh, absolutely. That's always in the back of your mind when you have a pretty sizable lead like D'Onofrio has here. But I think staying in good position and staying active, you keep yourself out of those positions.
Gotcha. D'Onofrio in on a single, and there was a throw attempt. D'Onofrio will convert that to a takedown. It'll be 10-3 D'Onofrio, minute 10 remaining in the third period.
Headed to the third period on mat 2. We're tied at 1. Here's a great example of what you were just talking about, Jeff. D'Onofrio with a 10-3 lead in a dual meet, everybody be yelling to cut him, and get the takedown and get to the major decision. But, the most important thing in these individual tournaments are advancing to the next round.
Excellent point. Yep, excellent point. He'd be looking for that major. "12 seconds remaining. D'Onofrio leading 10-3 over Martucci of Hanover Park. And D'Onofrio will advance for the Stateliners. Winner of a 10-3 decision.
Over on mat 2, we're still tied at 1, under a minute to go between Fahmy and Pawlowski.
What about from a head coach's perspective in terms of, we just ended with a long dual meet season, a long postseason team tournament season. Now we're transitioning individually here. What did you do, if anything, differently to prepare your team or your individual wrestlers?
Well, the one thing that I think as the season goes on, I think your practice time, you have to shorten it a little bit. This is a long, long season. It's a long, physically grueling season. Where, in the beginning of the season, maybe your practices are 2 hours, but you start to cut down your time because, bodies start to get beat up a little bit. And I think, one of the things you do as a coach, too, is you put your guys in situations in the practice room. You say there's 20 seconds on the clock, you're down 1. What do you do in this situation? Because you want your guys to practice what they're going to do in a match.
It's interesting. You talk about striking that balance. I'm assuming you don't want to burn out your wrestlers or overdo it at this point.
100%. And you know, Phillipsburg's tough dueling tournaments in the beginning of the year. Then they wrestle tough dual meets all season, and then they wrestle the extra matches in the team tournament. I think you want to find that right balance of your practice time versus rest.
Well, speaking of wrapping up the team tournament season, the Stateliners won the Group 5 title over Hal in a dominating fashion. That'll bring their state title count up to 23 across 3 different groups. The Stateliners have 14 Group 4 championships, 8 Group 3 championships. This is their Group 5, their first state championship. Additionally, the Stateliners were just named the top public school in the state of New Jersey by the New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association in their top 20. Number 1 public school team in the state. Stateliners look very dominating this year. They did have a loss to Warren Hills, your former coaching school, but overall, the way they finished was pretty remarkable, especially with that win over Southern and then the dominating win in the finals of the Group 5 championships over Hal.
Well, I think when you put yourself out there night in and night out against good competition, you know, sometimes you're going to have an off night. And I think Phillipsburg ran into that night in Washington.
And that was the first time since the 1990 season that the Stateliners were defeated by the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills. Although you came close, Coach. You came close.
We always enjoyed competing against Phillipsburg. They made us better.
You had a lot of good teams, and a lot of good individuals throughout your tenure at Warren Hills. Still wrestling here on mat 2 with a tie score.
We're headed to the second overtime period here, still knotted at 1. And these are not sudden victory periods. The wrestlers will wrestle a full 30 seconds here. One escape for Pulowski.
So a win here guarantees the wrestler a spot in the regions.
Yes, top 3 advance in the district tournament. The wrestlers who fall short in semis will have to win again to get to the region tournament.
We don't want to forget about our sponsors. From day one, this network, we started in 2014. The Rothman Institute and Rothman Orthopedics have been with us every step of the way. They've truly been a partner along the way. They have 39 locations, including 13 in New Jersey. Rothman also has taken over for several years now the sponsorship of the entire individual and group wrestling tournaments as the primary sponsor and orthopedic sponsor or partner of the NJSIAA. We can't thank Rothman enough. They've always provided us support. They're, I believe now Vice President, maybe? Is it Vice President Samra? Has been a long-time supporter. Looks like they're jumping ahead here, getting a head start on the 157-pound weight class. That'll be Hunter Cleaver. He's 24-8, a senior from Phillipsburg, the top seed. His opponent is Maxwell Jarman of Columbia. He's a senior, 7-5. Quick takedown by Cleaver. You know, Cleaver's exciting, fun to watch, funky. Looks like he picked up 2 back points as well. It'll be 4-0 Cleaver in the first. 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining.
Over on mat 2 at 150.
Looks like Cleaver's looking for a Merkley. He's getting more back points.
Sean Pulowski was the winner in ultimate victory, 2-1. And at 157, we have senior Edward Dujensky from Hanover Park versus junior Ryder Smith from Glen Ridge.
Cleaver set up a spladle, got 2 back points with it. The escape has just been awarded. It's 8-1 Cleaver. Cleaver likes working off that Russian tie, and he gets another takedown. That's 10-1 Cleaver, 44 seconds remaining in the first. And Cleaver with a quick hazard tilt, so he got a 1 count. He will be getting back points. Looks like he's got a full 5 count here. They're off the mat. That'll be 3 back points for Cleaver. 13-1, Hunter Cleaver of Phillipsburg. 31 seconds remaining in the first period. Cleaver will let Jarman up. It'll be 13-2 Cleaver.
Cleaver wasted no time in getting onto his scoring here, huh?
He had him on his back 3 times, Jared. 3 times. Cleaver's close to a takedown here. He's got a takedown. It's 15-2 Cleaver. He's going to put him on his back again. And the fall. Hunter Cleaver. 1 minute 53 seconds in the first period. Winner by fall over Maxwell Jarman from Columbia. Hunter Cleaver will be in the finals.
What came out like a whirlwind there, huh?
He sure did.
Result on that 157. Hunter Cleaver,
Hunter's tough.
fall.
His dad was always a tough athlete for Phillipsburg. I believe you played football with him, Jared.
I did. His dad was an excellent wide receiver on the football team.
Steve Cleaver. Also played, I believe, in the Gatorade replay game.
Yes, he did.
Which you participated in. So you were a center, right? You were a center on the football team?
Correct.
And also our 215-pounder. Sometimes you'd have to alternate to heavyweight.
Seems like a long time ago now.
Sure does. I remember not only you being a standout on the football field, but also being a state qualifier. At a very tough weight class, by the way, at that time. Remember Elliott Williams from Roxbury?
Yeah, I ran into him in the semis of the regions, and it didn't really go my way.
I recall.
Dujensky holding a 2-0 lead here late in the first period.
Yeah, speaking of Justin Samerman Rothman, Justin was also a standout for the Stateliners in football. Ended up continuing his career at Juniata College. He did have a brief semester hiatus for training purposes. But Justin also played in that replay game.
Yeah, it's amazing they got all those old guys back out there.
I mean, you talk about a tradition between Phillipsburg and Easton. And, 20,000 people watching the football game. And then for Gatorade to come in and replay that game. And you guys, my God, you got into shape and you actually played a real football game.
Well, I think in shape's a relative term. I think there were a lot of shapes out there, but
Well, I was impressed. And more impressed that Phillipsburg was victorious. Who did you guys, which Manning brother did you guys have helping out coaching?
we had Eli Manning. Yep.
And Peyton was coaching Easton.
Correct.
That's right. We also have a new sponsor this year, Bourbon Street Wine and Spirits. They've proudly been serving Hunter and Warren counties at 9 locations for over 25 years. We're happy to have Bourbon Street aboard. We also are happy that Bourbon Street's involved in many initiatives to prevent underage drinking. I know firsthand they allow many sticker campaigns to make sure that there's no underage purchases at their stores, but they're also heavily involved in many educational programs regarding not only drinking but also substance abuse. So we're happy that they're a partner and supporting our town.
Seems like we're dealing with some blood time here on mat 2 as Dujensky holds a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, it looks like we're only in the second period there. actually. Nate Sestani from Phillipsburg looks like he's ready to go. Start his bout, warming up on mat 1. And also take this time to acknowledge really the seating director and the man in conjunction with the great staff here at Phillipsburg that really made this tournament run smoothly, Tim Flynn. Now, Tim, you know, he's in the background a little bit, but, you know, Tim has really taken over the middle school program, which, by the way, your father successfully ran for a number of years.
Yeah, my father actually coached me and Coach Flynn when we were in 7th and 8th grade. But Coach Flynn's doing a wonderful job with the 7th, 8th grade team. You know, you couldn't ask for a better coach to be in that position.
Well, one of the keys for all these years, the Phillipsburg success has always been the feeder programs. And now we have Pohakong as a powerhouse with Brad Kisselbach. We have Lopakong with Justin Tate. The Still Hill programs coming along with Steve Fusi. We're starting to see, you know, quite a resurgence here. Timmy Longacre now assisting at the high school level, but he ran the middle school program for years and years and years. And we had a void. And who steps up? Tim Flynn.
Couldn't think of a better guy to step up in that situation, Jeff. Tim with, you know, head coaching experience for a long time at North Hunterdon.
Major head coaching experience. So this town's certainly lucky to have Tim Flynn, all of the youth coaches, all of the volunteers, but maybe even more importantly, the traditions of this town and the fan base that really keep this alive and well in this wrestling tradition going here at Phillipsburg.
You know, there's no better place to be a wrestler than here at Phillipsburg, but it's also there's no worse place to be an opposing wrestler coming in here.
It's a bit different here in this gym than the pit, you know, Jared?
A little more spacious.
It is. It's beautiful. Really beautiful.
This is a beautiful facility. Unfortunately, we're dealing with another blood stoppage here on mat 2, kind of slowing down this round.
Clear the gym completely at the end of this round.
Looks like at the conclusion of this round, we're going to clear the gym. Then we'll begin the consolations. We'll probably run a camera for the consolations without commentary. So if those watching at home have a wrestler, you'll still be able to see the wrestler. We'll try to get the scoreboard up too. We don't want to make Jared talk too much today. He's getting over a bit of laryngitis. Also don't want to forget about the Firth Youth Center, who proudly not only sponsors us, but promotes youth athletics here in town. I don't know if you've been to the Youth Center lately, Jared, but you want to talk about a renaissance and a resurgence. That place is hopping, busting at the seams. The improvements are endless. The programs are endless. You know, I know that the town's certainly proud to have that youth center here in town.
Well, that's great to hear, Jeff. You know, growing up in this town, I spent a lot of days and nights at that youth center playing basketball, playing ping pong. We had our wrestling practices there at times. Yeah,
I think we all have and have a special place in our heart. But, you know, the executive director down there, Kelly Poshidi, when she came along, when I talk about a ball of fire, I think that was an understatement. I mean, the things she does and is capable of doing are simply unmatched. And that youth center is truly the crown jewel of this town.
At the end of 2 periods, Dzerzhinsky holds a 6-0 lead.
Also want to recognize Mike Weileman, who's helped us along the way for many, many years, providing countless stats and materials. He has a pretty wonderful wrestling blog. You can visit him, Mike Weileman, at mikeopen.blogspot.com. That's Open Mike Weileman.
Mike just has been a great ambassador for the sport for a long time.
Really has. You talk about dedication, you know, with no pecuniary benefit. He just is a huge fan of the sport, and he's really dedicated to it. This is a long bout, Mr. Hosbach, a long bout.
Yeah, Dzerzhinsky seems to be in control here. Working for the right to face Hunter Cleaver in the finals. And there is the fall. 4 minutes, 55 seconds for Edward Dzinski from Hanover Park.
All right, going to move on to 165. We have the top seed from Phillipsburg, Nate Zastowney. He's a senior, 15-6. He'll face James Ortiz, who's also a senior, 12-14 from Verona.
Over on mat 2, it's freshman Kyle Blue from Belvedere. He's 13-13 against senior Luis Paradiso from Hanover Park, 25-5.
Just Zastowney immediately with a fireman's carry. Looks like he'll get a takedown there. I thought he may get some back points. He'll let Ortiz up. It'll be 2-1 Zastowney. Zastowney usually comes out very aggressively in the first period. Looking to work a throw here is Zastowney. Zastowney in on a deep double leg. He'll get the takedown, puts Ortiz right to his back. Leitner looking in. He's going to lose. Oh, he's bringing him back. He's got a reverse half in. Yeah, Ortiz is in some trouble here. Frank Leitner still looking in. Switches to a power half. Really running a deep half there. Leitner will give him 3 back points. He's got that half in again, a deep half. He's got him on his back again. 7-1 Zastowney. He's looking for a fall here, and the fall. Nate Zastowney, 1 minute 30 seconds in the first period. Nate will advance to the finals.
He got that half in deep and was not to be denied. Over on mat 2, Luis Paradiso from Hanover Park's a winner by fall in 1 minute 41 seconds. Sets up what could be a pretty good final between two seniors at 165.
All right, we'll move on to 175. .175 for Phillipsburg will be Connor Hilly. Connor's a junior, 19-8. He'll face Nick Davino of Hanover Park. Davino's a junior, 15-6.
Over on mat 2, we have the top seed, Jaden Supak from Verona, against Jesse Gibbs, sophomore from Glen Ridge.
I take Connor Hilly's really been coming on as of late. He's got a couple key victories. He's been tough all year, and he really just grinds out these bouts, never gives up.
And he spent most of the year wrestling up a weight class or two, correct?
Exactly. Whatever the team needed him to do, he did it, and usually he did it well and successfully. Healy's looking for a throw here. Davino has that whizzer, and Healy switches to a single, looking for a trip, and Hilly will get a takedown. It'll be 2-0 Hilly over Davino.
Over on mat 2, Jaden Supak from Verona, who's a winner by fall in 28 seconds. So the top seed advances to the final there.
Hilly riding on top, tough down there with a minute remaining in the first.
You know, you see a lot of guys when they get to the edge of mat view it as a time to take a break, but Hilly's continuing to wrestle the edge there.
Yeah, Hilly's a gamer. Working that arm bar on the edge of the mat. 30 seconds remaining in the first.
Result on mat 2 at 175. Jaden Zupek, Verona, won by a fall in 28 seconds.
Looks like Hilly's going to finish on top here in the first period. Was Davino's choice. He'll defer. Hilly will take bottom. Hilly with a quick switch there. He'll get a reversal. It'll be 4-0 Hilly. He's looking for a half here. Really driving that half there, Jared.
Yeah, he got the quick reversal and went right after the half. No hesitation.
He was looking for an armbar, gave that up. Minute 20 remaining in the second. Well, he's got those legs in, looking for a power half. Oh, he's got him over. He's getting some back points here. Really may have him in some trouble here. Oh. Davino bridging. Hilly looking for that fall. Plenty of time. And the fall for Connor Hilly. Connor Hilly will face the top seed in the final. But Connor Hilly just secured a spot in the regional tournament.
Yeah, he got that power half in deep, was able to flip him over, and with a body press got the fall.
Result on mat 1 at 175. Connor Hilly.
We're going to go to 190.
Fall in 3 minutes 9 seconds.
Phillipsburg does not have a wrestler at 190, so we'll focus on mat 1, where we have the top seed Laval of Hanover Park. He's a freshman, 30-2, against Dennis Dunkay of Whippany Park. He's a sophomore, 7-9. You know, that Laval name, Jared, is a popular name in Hanover Park. I remember James Laval.
That's actually his father, Jeff.
Is
James
it?
Laval, yes.
Well, it makes sense. A freshman at 190, 30-2. Already has Dunkay on his back, and Laval already has the fall. 31 seconds in the first period for, wow, that's impressive for a freshman.
Yeah, a place winner at the Beast of the East tournament. He was a Morris County champion.
Bright future for that young man. We're switching to mat 2 here. We have Yenoff of Hackettstown. He's a junior, 17-8. And Nick Handler, the second seed from Verona. He's a senior, 25-1.
Handler was third in the Essex County tournament.
Seems that's his only loss. So we'll try to figure out how they're going to configure. I think they're going to run the consolations on one mat, I believe. So we'd like to keep rolling we'll probably go offline and then come back on when they start the consolations. There'll be no commentary, but at least I'd like to keep the cameras rolling if we can.
Over here on mat 2, Handler has opened up a 7-0 lead at the end of 1.
So from the looks of it, in terms of the old District 1 that we're accustomed to, it looks like the only remaining teams are Hackettstown and Belvedere.
Yeah, keep looking around for Del Val and Warren Hills and Mount Olive, but they're nowhere to be found.
Nah. The Mendhams, West Morris. I'll tell you what I really miss is Region 1 and Wallkill Valley.
I hear a lot of fans say that, but I don't hear many coaches say that they miss it.
Well, it's a long day up. Their gym is a great gym. It just can't accommodate the amount of mats that many other gyms can accommodate.
Once they changed the region and they put in the wrestlebacks, the full wrestlebacks to third from the quarterfinals, it kind of outgrew that gym, which is unfortunate because it is a beautiful place to watch wrestling.
It really is. Handler ahead 9-0, 1 minute 14 seconds remaining in the second.
On deck on that one at 285, 80 million, Liberty Park, John Wargo, Phillipsburg. On deck on that one.
But we'll see. It looks like they're going to clear the mats after this round. So we'll try to give an update of a better time. We think the finals will begin. Got an illegal hold here.
Yeah, figure 4 on the body here. You don't see that called too often, but his foot must have slid up by his knee and figure 4'd the body.
Handler had a very tough bout against Logan Kreis, Phillipsburg, in the quarterfinals. I thought Kreis was going to pull it off there at the end. And by the way, Kreis was a last-minute addition because, unfortunately, Phillipsburg's Rivera suffered an injury and was not able to compete.
It's a shame that Rivera did not get the chance to compete because he had an excellent season, only a sophomore.
Yeah, Rivera's a tremendous athlete, not only on the mat but also on the football field. But I'll tell you, that Logan Kreis, 1-2, junior in Peaburg, that's a testament to the Peaburg's program and, having some depth. He really was close against the second seed, 25-1 Handler.
Yeah, the young man from Phillipsburg was able to really push the pace in the third period, and it's come to be expected that Phillipsburg's definitely well conditioned.
Certainly proved it in that quarterfinal bout. I think Handler was hit with stalling twice in the quarterfinals against Kreis.
Yes.
The Handler's in command here, 13-1. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining in the third period. Now, I got to tell you, it goes without saying that Mike Moore is without a peer and certainly legendary in terms of wrestling commentation. My God, he's been doing it 40 years, well respected. His brother, Bob Kerp, our great color man. But I've always appreciated Mike Moore and his craft, his art. But until you do it, and you see all the homework that goes into this and the brackets, and it's unbelievable the amount of time Mike puts into this to make our broadcast, the best. And I will say that Mike is the best, along with his brother. Years ago, Mike used to do it with Jim Meglick. Jim was another one. Jim did it for years and years and years. Unfortunately, Jim moved, for greener pastures down in North Carolina. But those guys, I mean, the interviews with coaches, the records. Mike knows everything from, Phillipsburg record in New Jersey, out of New Jersey, since the 60s. He has everything. Certainly you're doing a lot of good research today, Jared, but my God, what those guys do, I can't thank them enough.
Just such an iconic voice, too, Jeff. And me, myself, and you, and a lot of us grew up listening to his radio calls.
We did. That time it was him, Dick Hammer, Meglick on the old WEST 1400 yes. AM radio. But that was the vision of Rothman and Justin Sammer to bring him back years ago, and we did it. So Handler still in control here, 13-2, 8 seconds remaining. All right. Looks like we're finally ready to move on to 215. We'll have a Phillipsburg wrestler, Mat 1. It'll be David Pearson. He's a senior, 27-4. He's the top seed. He'll face Art Longo. Art is 6-13, a junior from Hanover Park.
Over on mat 2, we have a junior from Belvedere, Jacob Hatchman, 18-8, versus senior from Columbia, Tyson Carroll, 24-3.
Pearson's another one. For years, he's been steadfastly in Phillipsburg's lineup. All year this year, he's come through for the Stateliners. He's here in on a double, off the mat, no control.
And on deck on mat 2 at 285, Russell Pantuso, Belvedere, Anthony Rios, Hanover Park.
Looks like we're going to have some injury time for Pearson. I think his contact may have fell out. Looks like he's okay. We're ready to go. Pearson with an ankle pick attempt. Pearson with a nice single. He's going to get a takedown here. It'll be 2-0 Pearson. Looks like Pearson's going to let him up. 2-1. Minute 2 seconds remaining in the first. Pearson's relentless with those legs. They're off the mat. Longo's got to be careful to avoid a stall call here.
Over on mat 2, Tyson Carroll's the winner by fall in 38 seconds.
Pearson will let him up. It'll be 4-2 Pearson, 31 seconds remaining in the first.
Pearson's very active on his feet for a big guy.
He is. He's very good on top. Very good. Makes it very difficult for his opponent to escape. Longo's trying to set up a throw here. Pearson's back in on those legs. Pearson with a nice throw right to his back. He's got Longo in trouble. And the fall. David Pearson by fall will go into the finals. Get 2 quick pins here at 2:15. Move on to heavyweight. We'll have the top seed, John Wargo of Phillipsburg. He's a sophomore, 23-8. His opponent, Aiden Malayan from Whippany Park. He's a senior, 14-4.
Over on mat 2, we have Russell Pantuso from Belvedere, a senior, 19-8, versus Anthony Rios from Hanover Park, a junior, 22-9.
Wins by a fall in 28 seconds.
We're talking about gutsy wrestlers here. I think John Wargo really personifies that. Most of the bouts, and I would say in this bout as well, he's been outweighed significantly. Not too much here, but throughout the year, and he's come out on top. He's just a gutsy kid. And he, too, has also come up big this year for the Stateliners.
You know, a lot of times these smaller heavyweights are able to use their quickness and their athleticism to their advantage against a bigger opponent.
And you had that scenario many times when you're bumping up.
Many times the goal is just not to get underneath them, right?
Right. It's like Wargo was hit with stalling there by Frank Leitner. Wargo's in on a deep single, and he'll convert that to a takedown. It'll be 2-0 Wargo, 1 minute remaining in the first.
That was an excellent shot from Wargo.
And I think that goes to your point, the quickness and athleticism of a smaller heavyweight. Wargo running an armbar. Wargo. Looks like Wargo gave it up. Unfortunately, he thought the buzzer for mat 2 was on his mat.
I'm sure Coach Longacre was yelling, keep wrestling at that moment.
Five seconds remaining in the first. Wargo on top, 2-0. That'll be the end of the first period.
No score over on mat 2 between Pantuso and Rios.
Wargo's choice, he will defer. Malayan will take neutral. Wrestlers fighting for that inside tie. Nice single. Trying to switch to a double. Wargo will get a takedown there. It'll be 4-0. 4-0 John Wargo. 1 minute 15 seconds remaining in the second period.
John Wargo's father, Bob, was also an excellent football player for the Stateliners.
Yes. Also played in the replay game.
Yes, he did.
Tough guy. Wargo's got a bar in there.
I don't think he's going to stop this time, Jeff.
No, it looks like he's going to get him over here. He's got a lot of time here. In the fall for John Wargo. John Wargo will advance to the finals for the Stateliners. Looks like we're in the third period here in mat 2.
Still scoreless.
And the result on that one at 285, John Wargo, Phillipsburg, wins by a fall in 3 minutes 13 seconds.
Pretty good round for Phillipsburg overall, Jeff.
Yeah, very good. I'd have to go back over my notes, but a couple in the semis, the consolations.
You know, you saw a lot of it in that round for Phillipsburg where guys at consecutive weights winning bouts. You know, it shows you how they make each other better in the practice room.
Yes.
You always say iron sharpens iron, so.
Yeah, they've really gelled, especially towards the end of the year here as a cohesive team. I mean, Hal has a very good team this year, a very good program. In Phillipsburg, I think Hal only won 2 bouts down there. Score was like 51-8 maybe.
Well, anytime you put up
52-8.
50 points in a group final, you're doing something right.
Correct.
Pantuso's working hard to turn Rios here, trailing 1-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of our schedule, the consolations for third and fourth will be at 2:30. 2:30 consolations, the finals to follow. Approximately 3:30.
All right, we just had an announcement from our public address announcer, Eddie Mancinelli. He announced the consolation finals, or the consolation round, will begin at 2:30. 2:30. So we'll try to be back with you at 2:30 to at least have that filmed for you. The finals will follow. Still do not know yet if they're going to do the consolations on one or two mats. But we'll have to figure that out. I know the finals, I'm assuming they'll reduce down to 1 mat.
The winner in the other semifinal at heavyweight is Anthony Rios from Hanover Park, and he'll face John Wargo in the finals.
All right, and that'll conclude the semifinal round from District 10.